every one of the agents that I talk to is asking basically the same question to me as a business coach, as a real estate, trainer. They're saying to me, how do I create consistent income? How do I find certainty in this industry? How do I figure out how to create scale with my income, my production, how to grow? It falls down into a fundamental insight that I had a couple of years back, which is really two things. Number one is we have to look at what are your assets and what is an asset as a realtor. And there's two assets that I want to bring to your attention today that I think solve the riddle of consistency, certainty, scalability, and production and income. The two assets are simple. One is skill assets. Now, what do we mean by skill assets? This is things like, can you contact a for sale by owner? And do you have the skill set to be able to have a conversation with them, book an appointment 1 out of 5, and 1 out of 3 of the appointments that you book, you put them into a contract at a good price, at a good commission, and get the home sold. That is a set of skills that if you can do that, then you can at will throughout the year, you can exercise that skill set to create the result. Okay. Same thing with, let's say, maybe an expired listing, or let's go something more digital, more modern. Do you have the skill set with maybe Instagram? I'm really effective with my posts, with my strategy, with how I do it. I know what to do, how to do it so that I can post X number of times. I can get to a certain number of volume, and that will create a certain number of opportunities, appointments, and sales. That's a skill set. I can learn how to do that. YouTube video is kind of a modern version, or door knocking, or just listed, just sold, or working a probate or whatever, or so on and so forth. It's a skill set. When you have skill sets, those are an asset that when performed, you can create income, production, scalability, certainty. Okay, so in 2021, what is your current skill set that has given you performance, has created income for you? And what are we going to do to improve that, make that stronger, make that more systematic, more efficient, perform higher in 2021? And then is there any other skill sets that you want to add to your repertoire in 2021 that it may take 6 months to a year, but you firmly believe that if you add that skill set into 2021, you now have more assets, more certainty, more stability, you have more scalability into the future as a real estate professional. Okay, skill sets, right? Number 2 is, let's look at really assets that turn into annuities. Okay, an asset that turns into an annuity. Well, what the heck's an annuity, Patrick? An annuity is something that literally, once you kind of establish it, pays you out over time. And it consistently pays you out. And you can actually give it a little less attention and it'll still pay you out. We like that. Okay. I figured out there's only 3 kind of annuity assets in real estate that also have one more really interesting thing, that we could sell it in the future. Once it's been developed and built and it has a reoccurring kind of revenue stream, then it becomes saleable, right? We scale it up, we can sell it. That is interesting. So do I have your attention yet? So let's talk about the 3 assets that are annuities, that are scalable, that give you reoccurring revenue, that are saleable if you choose to exercise it. 3 things that I've learned. Number 1, past client, center of influence, database. A database of, let's say, classically, my father used to say, if you have a database of 1,000 people in it, between past clients and center of influence, and you call them 4 times a year, and you send them 6 postcards a year, and you follow this basic script and this basic formula, this asset should create somewhere around a 10% return annually. Well, So if I had 1,000 people in my past client sphere database, I executed this formula, marketing plan, communication plan, it should create a return on investment of a percentage return in sales and income annually. Now, can we sell that asset? Yes. Could we grow and scale it? Yes. Right? And if you really put so much energy you pour into it, would it consistently year over year over year over year create more production and income as long as you give it attention? Yes. Good. Well, what else has that same qualities and characteristics? It's a scalable, it's a number, there's a formula, and it spits out a percent return year after year if you put a quality marketing plan, give it quality attention. Geographic Farm. Your Geographic Farm does that. Make sure you watch all 3 of my Geographic Farm videos that I've produced and check out that playlist. Okay, the Geographic Farm, it's a finite number of homes. There's a certain number of sales every year. And if you put a marketing plan and a communication plan and an event plan on top of that, you can get a percentage return on that investment year after year after year. And if I did a great job over 5-10 years, could I sell the asset? Absolutely, right? Of course you could. Okay, but it becomes an annuity that, like, even if you went on vacation for 6 months, you'd still get some calls. You'd still be able to get listings even on vacation because of all the efforts that you put into the asset. What else is there? Number 3 is a real estate website with lead generation. And we generated leads of people interested in buying a home in your market and or learning more about the value of their current home in the market. And we built a database of people who have a marketing plan and a communication plan, an engagement program that provides value and service to that database. That database then converts into a percentage of opportunities and sales every year moving forward. One of my great Tom Ferry coaches, he built up a website asset that had 100,000 leads, and it had a 1% conversion rate annually year after year, and then he sold it. That's cool. Okay. Can you think of any other assets in the business that literally, when you put this plan over, has a finite number and spits out a certain thing? Because I could go on vacation for a year and the online lead generation program could still create opportunities and appointments while I'm not around, and I can refer those leads off, and or I can just sell it, right? What other assets are there out there in the marketplace? If you please put in the comments if there's something that I'm missing, if you have any questions about any of these 3. But if we are looking for long-term, if we're looking for short-term, right, certainty, we're looking more consistent income, we're looking for something that we could scale up, we're looking for something that, we could sell into the future. There's the mix that I've seen so far in the industry. So now today is January, it's the month of January in 2021. So my question to you is, if I looked at your business plan, right, and I looked at the lead generation sources, and I looked at, okay, what skill sets are going to perform, and to what degree are they going to perform over last year? How are those skill sets going to be translated? Then what's the new skill set you're going to, adopt in 2021, whether or not it's maybe a prospecting skill set like an expired, or whether or not it's a kind of digital marketing skill set like YouTube, that we're going to put some effort into that and develop that skill set in 2021. And it's going to create a little bit of income, but really what we're doing is we're hedging for the future of, year 2, 3, 4, where it really becomes now an asset for us when we perform it. And then over here is the 3 assets. So what are you doing with your database, your past client sphere, and what percentage did you convert in 2020? What is the goal for 2021? And how are you going to improve your percentage conversion rate by providing them more service, more value, better marketing, better engagement program. Same question for the Geographic Farm. What happened in 2020, right? What percentage market share did you get? And then what's the goal in 2021? Same thing with the online lead generation program. What happened in 2020? How are we going to improve it, fix it, make it better? What are we going to do in 2021 so that we can continue to grow those main assets? Let me know what you need help with in this, right? If you haven't left a comment, please do that. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, please do that. You can hit the notification button, and so you can be alerted of any new videos that come up. I hope this was helpful. Let me know how I can help you. Have an awesome day.